Her borte så ligger det en leir med internt fordrevne. Der bor det nå 28 000 mennesker. Rett ved siden av så det en leir som ble opprettet for 3 år siden for syriske flyktninger, og der bor det 60 000 mennesker. Dette lille området her har fordoblet innbyggerantallet I løpet av 3 år.
We are in northern Iraq, one of the areas heavily affected by the Syrian war, the largest refugee crisis since the Second World War.
Iraq currently has the fastest growing number of IDPs in any conflict in the world. There are about 8 million people now who are in need of humanitarian assistance, and we expect those numbers to increase to 10 million by the end of the year, so it is a massive disaster.
The reason why the situation in Iraq quickly deteriorated is the rise of ISIS.
They started to come through Sinjar, toward the Sinjar mountain. I told my family, hurry up, we have to leave.
بالبشتاخة كرها تافسرتي
هاد شو هاد هي وقت بيشوف تانا كي دبيكا كافي ما تانيش بنيتشوي تلقت هاد نيا كلي خد بان يقول كوش هاد ناكوش بان آفاكا ما تاني أبدرو كمال بان زارو كدوازا.
I saw a 3-year-old kid being beheaded, and his crime was that his father was a police officer. They put explosives in his body. The father didn't know, and when he went tried to carry his son, he's just bombed.
يمدلي ماما وهات كتكاف زاروكم شيف الروج مفسردات جرين أود جرين.
There's little doubt that the IDP population is very much traumatized. We see that the local capacity to deal with trauma healing professionally is almost non-existent. There are very few psychologists or psychiatrists in this region, and the humanitarian actors are also not able to provide those services right now.
برخوشیا خونه کفن بس براستی تشتف زحمتی کم دیتی برکچکو جنین مکاتین دست داشت.
ام كهربات كرن ام دانا براوي ام كهربات كرن دفي ملاسقات كرن دا زارو حسا قيجينا ما ناكن إذا أدلعين ما أدلعين يموتين أحسن من هذا الحال. از دمها ما ام بشتي دمها يكي عراقي هذا از دراني تقوتن أبو جميل از فرون ما يكي السعودي يكي استراليا اسكرين
بيچن جارا تو كريلو فروتي
5 جارة
5 times.
The good thing, if there is a sign of hope in this, is that the women who are returning from captivity from the IS, they are actually very vocal, the local communities. They are vocal, saying that we are welcoming the women back. There is no shame in this. They are martyrs. I even met a religious leader yesterday who said very clearly that if there is a man who refuses to marry a woman because she has been raped, then I will marry her myself. I mean, we have to sort of welcome these women back and take them seriously and help them to rebuild their lives. We are currently quite close to Mosul, and we can hear the shelling from the Mosul side and the fighting going on there. And we expect, of course, at some point that the forces will try to reclaim Mosul from IS, and that will create, we fear, a massive humanitarian situation. We expect up to maybe between 1 and 1.5 million IDPs to try to leave Mosul and come into the Kurdish areas. It is highly likely that the Kurdish government will not allow the IDPs to enter into Kurdistan, which means that these IDPs will be caught in a no man's land. They will have to seek refuge in areas where there are no basic services, no water, nothing. This can create a big trauma and big humanitarian situation, because 1.2 million people in a humanitarian no man's land is going to be challenging.
That's all I know.